Burdock, the ultimate weapon to health needed for any medicinal arsenal. Hello, herb enthusiasts, and welcome back to our channel, your ultimate destination for all things herbal. Today, we're talking about the humble little shrub that inspired one of the most groundbreaking inventions of our time and was known to be used by fairies to trick unsuspecting farmers into all kinds of mischief. It's unsurprising that this magnificent medicinal necessity would inspire grand tales in folklore, given the enormous benefits it delivered to people of old. Easy to identify by its unique bristling purple blooms, this low-growing shrub was found in Europe and Asia. By the looks of it, you'd never think that it's related to the daisy family. Early on, reverence for the helpful herb was deeply rooted in folklore and tradition. European children and adults alike believed that fairies would come out at night and place the prickly purple burrs on the manes and tails of livestock, just to frustrate farmers struggling to get the stubborn foliage out of the tangled hair and fur. And the productive foliage was often foraged by travelers when supplies ran low. But as Europeans colonized the world, it was one of the first plants to be brought over to the United States. Understandably so, since its medicinal applications were vital for communities to treat everyday illnesses with. And there are few plants that offer such an incredible variety of treatments as burdock does. It was so necessary, in fact, that it's since found roots in every habited continent on the earth. Burdock is now so prolific in the United States that it's considered a weed. If only people knew the value of the plant they were so determined to get out of their gardens actually held in store for them. Did you ever wonder where the idea of Velcro came from? The answer is right in our topic today, the burdock plant. When Swiss inventor Georges de Mistral observed how stubbornly the burrs clung to his dog's fur, he was inspired to create Velcro, an invention that's now used by divers under the sea, astronauts high up in space, and a household item that we take for granted. It goes by names like beggar's buttons and poor man's potato by Native Americans and across Asia. Because of its commonplace availability, its roots especially became a main proponent of the everyday man's food source. Burdock doesn't stop at inspiring inventions. It's known for its medicinal properties, specifically as an antibiotic, antifungal, and antimicrobial agent. Scientific research backs up these traditional uses, showing that burdock can inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria and fungi. This makes it a go-to natural remedy for a variety of infections, like candida, a common fungal sensitivity, infections in the intestines that cause diarrhea, ulcers, and a wide variety of skin conditions that cause skin irritations like psoriasis and eczema. Topical salves made from the root and leaves pounded into a paste were used to treat burn wounds and sunburn. But it's the research done into its anti-inflammatory properties that hold the most scientific validation for its use in times past. Any inflammatory condition is relieved by burdock, and for the most part, these attributes are stored in the leaves, flower heads, and seeds. They are simmered down and drunk in a concentrated tea or poultice. Sore throats and nasal passages from colds and allergies, swollen joints caused by arthritis and gout, swelling for infected wounds, gum disease. If a condition causes swelling of any kind, burdock's got your back, and the experts agree. And to tickle your funny bone, some bizarre historical accounts noted that wraps of burdock leaves and horse manure were used to treat torn ligaments. But on a more serious note, there have been some promising results in cancer and degenerative bone disease research, and none of those studies require the use of any kind of animal manure. Thank goodness! The USDA confirms what our grandparents told us. Burdock has a nutritional roundup that few can compare with. It's high in vitamins C, B, E, and K, lending credence to it being used as an immune booster during flu and cold seasons. Our vegan and vegetarian friends will be happy to hear that burdock is one of the few places outside of the animal kingdom that gives plenty of necessary nutrients like lysine, arginine, protein, calcium, selenium, and proline. It's a well-rounded, energy-packed superfood. There's a reason that burdock was referred to as the poor man's potato. The entire plant is edible, from root to bud. This herbal wonder isn't just renowned for its healing properties, it's also a beloved culinary ingredient. In Japan, where it's known as gobo, it's a staple in dishes like tempura gobo, a savory mix of braised burdock, soy sauce, sugar, and sesame seeds. Native Americans boiled it with maple syrup, and the result is a more delectable treat than any candy out there. And Europeans made a burdock and dandelion-infused mead that has found its way onto our modern shelves in a carbonated version that we are all familiar with today. The roots are by far the most common way to consume the plant. Some may find the leaves a little too earthy and slightly peppery to their taste, but the roots are hardy and mild. Once the woody outer layer is peeled off, they can be prepared in just about every way imaginable. Baked, boiled, mashed, stewed, and fried. They are treated much like other starchy vegetables like turnips, potatoes, and carrots might be. There really is no limitation to what you can do with the poor man's potato in the kitchen. The fact that it's so prolific that most regard burdock as a weed should tell you all you need to know about burdock's proclivity to take root. Dry, wet, or mild, burdock can thrive in just about any environment. If anything, a warning should be added not to allow it too much freedom. Keep it in pots or specifically allocated patches of your garden, or soon you'll find that there isn't much room left to grow anything else. By adding a healthy dose of compost and a sprinkling of water every now and then, you've already done more than you need to for burdock to be perfectly content. So the next time you find those pesky burrs clinging onto your clothes during a woodland walk, or when the fairies leave you brushing stubborn bristles from your canine's fur, pause for a moment to remember the remarkable plant they come from, the burdock, and appreciate how this productive herb was so valuable that it found its way across the oceans to treat you with healing and sustenance. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our other in-depth herb profiles. Until next time, stay green and keep exploring the wonders of the plant world. Disclaimer: I am not a medical doctor. If you are on chronic medication, pregnant, or suffering from any serious health condition, please consult a medical professional. I am here to relay my own thoughts and opinions. My videos are entirely based on my own research and experiences. If you found our exploration of burdock interesting, give us a thumbs up and share this video with your fellow herb enthusiasts, or have a look at some of our other suggested videos on your screen.